President Trump just said NATO should shoot down Russian jets if they violate Allied airspace. Could this escalate the Russia-Ukraine conflict? Let's break down what he said, why it's happening, and what it means. Main story 032 4 o'clock. On September 23, 2025, during a meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the UN General Assembly in New York, Trump was asked if NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft violating their airspace. He answered, "Yes, I do," adding that U.S. involvement would depend on the situation but affirming America's commitment to NATO. This follows recent Russian provocations. On September 20th, 3 Russian MiG-31 jets entered Estonian airspace over the Gulf of Finland, prompting NATO consultations. Earlier this month, Russian drones and jets crossed into Polish airspace, with NATO and Polish forces downing several drones using F-15 and F-35 jets. On September 22nd and 23rd, SUSB-CTD Russian drones forced Denmark and Norway to close major airports, including Copenhagen's Kastrup. NATO calls these actions irresponsible Russian behavior. In 2015, Turkey shot down a Russian jet for a similar violation, and Russia halted such incursions afterward. Trump's stance marks a shift. He once suggested Ukraine might cede land for peace, but now says Ukraine could reclaim its territory with NATO and EU support, calling Russia a paper tiger. Zelensky supports the idea, and Polish Foreign Minister Radek Sikorski praised it as a strong message to Putin. CNN analyst Brett McGurk called it a key statement, suggesting possible U.S. backing for tougher NATO action. However, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio emphasized intercepting aircraft over shooting them down, and online debates warn of escalation risks. On X, posts argue this counters claims of Trump being pro-Putin. This ties to Trump's push for NATO allies to increase defense spending, agreed upon in July 2025, as Russia-Ukraine peace talks stall. Analysis and implications for o'clock to 5 o'clock. Shooting down Russian jets could deter violations but risks a larger conflict under NATO's Article 5, where an attack on one ally is an attack on all. As of September 24, 2025, Russia hasn't responded officially, but tensions are high. This could lead NATO to bolster defenses in places like Estonia and Poland. Should NATO shoot down Russian jets, or is it too risky? Comment below. Subscribe and hit the bell for more global news. Sources are in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.